Yeah, Jage, I noticed online you've been tweeting a few times about the roughing the passer situation that's been going on in the NFL. I guess where do you think we're at right now? Are refs consistent with this, and how are defenders supposed to hit quarterbacks these days?
No, I'm frustrated with it. I've been frustrated with it for a while. I remain frustrated with it. I try and call it out in the games that we have when I see it. But then obviously these couple I didn't get to see because of the games we had. And I think this game, I didn't get to watch the whole game, but from my understanding, this one was first. And then there's another one later where the guy kind of has the quarterback in the grasp and lets him go. Here it is. And I think it's a direct correlation to the previous one because that guy knows I can't drive this guy into the ground. If I keep driving my feet and drive him into the ground, I'm going to get another penalty. So I need to just wrap up and assume that they're going to blow the whistle for forward progress or whatever it may be. And anybody who says this is just a bad tackle, no, he literally took 5 or 6 steps and realized I can't take him to the ground or I'm going to get a penalty. That's my problem is if you don't hit him high, you don't hit him low. You don't land your body weight on him. This guy's right hand braces himself to protect. How do you want him to play? That tackle right there is as textbook football tackle as you could possibly make. And it just pisses me off because there's so many things. A, it's a penalty, gives them an automatic first down, 15 yards. B, takes a sack off of this guy's record, and that's huge for so many different things, whether it's Pro Bowl, whether it's contract incentives, whatever it may be. Could literally change a game, and he may or may not get fined. If they fine him for this, that is insanity. It's just, I get so frustrated when a guy makes a great play and he's punished.
Yeah, it feels like this conversation has been happening for a while. Now, the counterpoint is we had to make rules to protect quarterbacks because there was a year where we had 90 quarters, 60 quarters. I forget what the number was.
I think it was 68.
It was an absurd number. And then obviously go back to the Carson Palmer with the low shot. So the NFL has all these things and situations that have happened that they've tried to corral and make sure never happens again. But football is football. There's a chance that everybody's going to get injured. And I think we all appreciate that, hey, we're going to change it to the a hit zone or a target in which you can hit people because obviously knee injuries and head injuries are something that take out a lot of stars. But when it got to the quarterback, remember there was a conversation did you throw to the ground or did you place on the ground?
That's my problem. The head and the low, fine. We all agree those are out, no problem. This driving to the ground one is way too hard for officials to officiate.
Intent, right? It's intent
also
all of a
football.
sudden.
It's football. That guy has to get him to the ground. Justin Herbert's 6'5", 245. He's a huge dude. It's very difficult to get that guy to the ground. And he also turns into it there. I think the driving into the ground one is the very difficult one to officiate and often the one that makes people the most mad.
And I think if you listen to quarterbacks, every quarterback will basically go on the record and be like, I hate some of these rules.
Not asking for flags on those.
Yeah, because they look bad to their teammates. Now, granted, they will take them. Let's not get it. Yes. They will certainly take it.
There's also some that are looking for him when they're not even there.
Ooh, who's that?
Some quarterbacks.
Oh, we know who it is. But 15 yards, first down, good for the team. Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing. Now, I would like to say, as a guy who's in a position of potential flopping, you could potentially flop in that thing. Never wanted to be seen on film flopping around back there. Just didn't think the boys would take me serious. Now, there's a couple times where I got actually flipped and landed on my head, and there was no penalty. And I'm like, what the next time?
Yours are scary because that plant foot is flat in the ground with the knees straight. That's scary.
Well, so the thing about it is I wasn't flexible enough or have good enough form. So every time I punted, I jumped. So I was in the air. So I was never really, I was in a spot where if you got me, it was going to be a
head over heels.
Yeah, it is going to be a show here. Cincinnati Bengals guy made the team, and I'm on Netflix Hard Knocks, and he is flipping me into my face in slow motion on the last play.
Which is worse, that where he comes in at your leg after you've punted it, or does a blocked punt where he gets your leg hurt more, where you can't follow through?
Brahman came right across my knee, and I punted the ball still on the other side, but his knee.
I remember that.
His body operated as a knee brace for my leg. Certainly hyperextended around him. Probably did long-term damage if I had to guess. That's the worst one. Yeah, I would rather somebody just take their helmet right through my face as I was punting, as opposed to your knee feeling like it's hyperextending. Because it's scary. It's super scary. You're it's over forever. I'm never going to be able to kick a ball. Then you get up and yeah, right. Fuck yeah, I'm still doing it. You're terrible at blocking punts. And then he told me, no, I blocked 2 on you already. That guy was a psycho. He was so good at football.
Rest in peace.
He was so good at football, dude. He was so fast, so explosive.
Psychopath.
He blocked 2 against me. I think he blocked 2 against me. Like every time we played him, he would tell me too before the game, coming. I'm like, I know. Yeah, I know you are. I know you absolutely are. Such good hair. What, he had like an 8-pack too?
Yeah, the guy was unbelievable. One of the most like ripped, like barbarian-looking human beings ever, and complete disregard for the health and safety of his own body at all times on the football field.
And others. Yeah, he was awesome. I think he'd go on to win a Super Bowl with the Eagles.
Beast.
Yeah, he did.
I think he'd go on to win a Super Bowl with the Eagles.
Gave a hell of a pregame speech. You guy. Because it was like, we're all going to die today. Every one of us, we're going to die today. And you're like, holy shit. All right, I'm with you, but you seem serious right now.
And he played like that too. And he was so good. For special teams, he was perfect. I mean, he was absolutely perfect. But yeah, he got me one coming across this way, and he also got me one this way. So I would say strictly from the Brahmin blocks, I would rather take the one coming this way as opposed to across there. But for quarterbacks, you can't be flopping around.
No.
Can't be flopping around. Unless they're going to give you first down. And then if you're on my team, let's see you flop. You know, let's get this first down.
Sure.
Let's extend this drive. Let's keep this thing going. They should have stayed away from you. They know the rules. And JJ said, I'm a part of the problem. So I do apologize for that.